Hey folks, Ray from DCRaymaker.com. I've just kind of completed the first half of a trail run up the top of some of these mountains here, working my way up. But I found this nice spot right here that looks like it's great for a drone flight. Most of the trails have been pretty dense, so this is probably the best spot. What I've got here on me is that Seeker backpack back there. It's not the one that comes with the GoPro Karma itself. Instead, it's one that you buy afterwards. So it costs like 160 bucks or something. It's kind of overpriced, but for the drone, it actually works really well. So I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to set up with that backpack versus the regular one, because you do have to put the props on or take the props off to fit it in this backpack. And then we'll do a couple quick flights and then I'll keep on running. With that, let's get started. Okay, so I've got the camera attached to a tree, sort of, and what I'm going to do is get this thing ready to go. I'm going to go and pop off the two front straps here, put it down, and then what I've got inside is the Karma. So you'll see it fits pretty easily. Here's the remote control. Then I've got the 4 props right here, and then the Karma unit itself. The gimbal does barely fit in there all in one shot. So it's really that simple. That's that piece right there. Now what I need to go do is put the props on. So I'm gonna go match these up, silver to silver. Okay, so now I've got all 4 props on. All the wings are out. I'm gonna open up the landing gear just like that. And then I'm gonna put it down right here. Seems like a good spot, shouldn't hit any rocks. I'll go ahead and move this shrub out of the way. Then I'm gonna turn on the remote. Now the GoPro Karma remote isn't exactly the fastest thing to boot up. It's kind of like an old computer, but it does get there eventually. In the meantime, I'll turn on the drone. So I'll let this finish up and get back to you in just about 45 seconds or so. Okay, so it's booted up. So I'm gonna go and swipe up here. Turn it on, good deal. Make sure the gimbal responds. Yep, it's going down, it's going up. You can see that there. Searching for a GPS signal. Another thing that's not exactly the fastest here is the finding a GPS signal. And as you'll probably see here, it's not the most precise either. So what I found is that you can kind of see where this trail goes down there. I tried flying earlier on and off this trail, and it's a little bit sketchy. Like, it doesn't come back to exactly the trail. And so it's not perfect. It's not like some of the DJI products that really nail that spot. It kind of within like a 10-foot radius. With that, I'm ready to go. It says it's all set. I'm gonna go ahead and move out of the way so I don't get hit by it. It says to hold down the start button for 3 seconds. That'll start the engines. You can hear it hitting a little piece of grass there, no big deal. And I'll just simply tap to have it automatically take off. Nothing above me, no trees. Tap to take off. There we go. And it's up. Now you can see what it just did there is it really sucks at ground proximity. So it took off, but it had no idea it was taking off yet, and it went back down again, which would have hit the ground and kind of sort of sucked. One of the things that sort of frustrates me about this unit is it's just not that bright. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and hit record here. Now we're up on the unit itself. I'm gonna actually switch back though my camera mode. So right now I had it for 2.7K linear. I'm gonna switch that over now to 4K. So just simply tap here, 4K. Make sure it doesn't turn off Pro 2 in this particular flight. I have it on other stuff, but for this one, I'm gonna have it off. There we go. And I'm gonna hit record again. And I'm good to go. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it down so you can see it here. There we are. Out we go. So you can see there's that trail. I'm gonna go and follow that real quick for a second here. So there I am there. With that, I'm gonna do what's called a reveal. So it's an automated mode that I'm gonna go ahead and tap into. That's gonna record basically coming towards me and panning up from the camera. So I'm gonna hit reveal there. I'm gonna set my start point. So right now, fly the end point, that's B. So there we go, sorry. And I'm gonna go ahead and just back all the way up here to my start point. I'm gonna go a little ways out just so you can kind of see the trail and everything else coming in. There we go. I'm going to hit A for my start point. And then I'm going to start the unit itself. And so it's going to point the camera down now, and what it's going to do is it's going to kind of rotate upwards. I'll hit play there, and then it's going to come on in. And I can control the speed, so I'm going to kind of do that actually pretty fast here. I'm going to increase the speed so it's a little more interesting as a flight. And you see right there, it just kind of pulled up right towards me. So I'm going to do that exact same thing again. I'm going to go a little bit lower this time now, so it gets a little more dramatic effect. A little bit higher so we see the horizon behind us. There we go. Hit the B point right there. I'm going to fly back. And the reason I'm doing that is I'm going to hit this tree, not hit it hopefully, I'm going to fly right by this tree, which will make that for an interesting perspective there. Go back a little bit more. There we go, I'm going to hit A, and I'm going to go ahead now and put my bag there. I'm going to hit start. And in this case, I'm just doing kind of a selfie sort of thing that maybe I'll put on Instagram later on. So to make me look like I'm awesome up here on the top of this ridgeline, climbing up. So I can see the drone coming up towards me there. Again, I set it for the fast mode on purpose. There we go. So that reveal is complete. I'm now going to attempt bait and do it one more time here. I saw there was a weave between two trees that I increased altitude. I have no idea if that's actually going to do what I wanted to do, but if it does, it'll be pretty darn cool. So there we go. Set point in, reveal, and here it goes. And it didn't quite work the way I wanted it to be honest. You can see it dipped a bunch there. It generally just sucked actually in that reveal. But it's alright, we'll just do what we did there, it's fine. Okay, so we're gonna do one last shot here, which is a droney. So I've got it right there ready to go. Now it's funny, the GPS, right now it thinks it's 22 feet away from me. It's not, it's like 10 at best. 7 maybe, nothing. Other times it thinks it's 0 feet when it's like 20 feet away. GPS really does suck on this thing. So with that, I've set the start position right there. So it's going to go ahead and basically just fly away from me. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down, except it now thinks I'm over there, which is sort of annoying. You can see again, it doesn't really know. Just look at that drift. It's horrible. Like, I'm trying to get it back to where I wanted it. Cancel that again. I'm here. Stop screwing around. Okay, I'm going to try this again now. Okay, we're going to go again into that mode. Set the droney. Again, it hovers everywhere. It's so annoying. Just stay the F put. Hit the A button there. Start the droney. Again, it's just floating. It can't. Now it's pointed there, like, this is really probably the worst drone I've seen in a while that's not a Kickstarter drone. So again, I'm going to dismiss it because I can't get this shot here without it actually... And this is what's so frustrating, is that GoPro bills this camera as being about cinematography. In order to get the right cinematography look and get kind of that exciting feel, you have to be able to get close to things and know it'll stay put. Otherwise, like if I just want to take shots 100 yards away, it's the most boring crap out there. So I'm trying to bring it down here, I'm trying to let it sit right there, I'm hoping that'll go ahead and just stay put. It doesn't do that. See if I can do this real quick now. Again, up a little bit. I don't want to crash into the thing. Droney, at the start position where I am, yes. And droney set. Oh, it's gonna point right there. So I'm just overriding it now. I'm hitting the tap. I got 3 seconds. There we go, and out it should go. Okay, so it's completed the droney there. Now I've got 3 minutes left on this recording here to finish up. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring it back to me. It's actually gonna do that automatically, but I'm gonna go ahead and just tell it to land as soon as it gets close to me here. And we'll see if it can plop it back right there. I'm gonna go with not a chance in hell, but we'll try. This will be the first time ever it actually landed where I thought it was. I'll be nice to, I'll remove a couple extra rocks that aren't here. Because I know it's going to suck at what it's going to try to do. There we go, so it's back now. I'm going to go ahead now and tell it to automatically land by just simply pressing this button right here. It's going to give me 2 options, return to launch, return to me. This is if I was running somewhere else, like I ran up the top of the hill now and then wanted to return to me up there versus down here. In this case, I'm going to say return to launch. And you can see it's now going to kind of hopefully wander in and not hit these trees. So right now, coming in on top of the backpack. So yeah, I'm gonna just take over that and tell it no. So it's like 5 feet that way. I'm gonna bring it down here instead. And there we go. We successfully got the drone down manually, of course, because it couldn't do it. That time wasn't as bad. It was still, 4 or 5 feet that way, which in a case like this actually matters. So very brief intermission here. You just saw me at the droney there trying to take that shot and how the GoPro shot, the Karma is wandering all over the place. And I mentioned, speaking of wandering, it's slick there. And I mentioned how the GPS is unstable. And that's definitely true. But one of the key differences between the Karma and the DJI Mavic series, as well as the latest Phantom series, is the fact that the DJI has optical flow sensors on the bottom of it. And what that means is that it goes ahead and it sees the ground like a camera. So it basically means when it gets close to the ground, it can go ahead and read the ground and stay exactly over that point. Versus the Karma, it can rely 100% on GPS. And GPS is tough to use in that sort of situation. So it's really where GoPro kind of missed the boat on not putting some sort of sensors in there. In case you're wondering, I'm actually filming this on the Karma grip right now. So I'm using the grip that comes with the GoPro Karma drone and making this nice and smooth. What you're probably noticing is that over the course of this little chat here, the grip has started to tilt slowly in one direction or the other. It's not very stable, which is kind of a bit of a bummer. You don't notice it in like a really short distance, something like, 20 seconds. But now that I've been filming here for 1 minute and 38 seconds, I'm starting to notice this very slight tilt that shouldn't be there. Back to the drone video.